Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Eco Lovers Library, and today is the second episode and we are going to talk about the best practices that we can follow for eco-friendly day-to-day best practices. And before going to that, I want to thank each one of you for your amazing response on the first video, and I've gathered together some comments and feedback that I had received uh, in the first video. Uh, some comments were like to make it shorter and be interactive, to be more loud, and to put some humor, and also to use the phone camera rather than using the laptop camera. So thank you for all your suggestions. I'm trying to uh, I'll keep that in mind for my future videos also, and I'm trying to keep that also in mind for this video also. So for the first time I'm starting with the mobile camera, camera. Actually I didn't realize in the first video that I can use the mobile camera at least for this purpose. So yeah, thank you for that suggestion, and yeah, without wasting time, let's jump onto the topic, the best practices that we can follow for our eco-friendly lifestyle. This is more for the indoor purposes. So this is the part one of the video that I'm creating now, and will accommodate outdoor practices in the next subsequent video. Also, I would look forward to your feedback at the end of the video. Thank you. Okay, so we are on the screen now, and today we are going to talk about the eco-friendly practices that we can follow indoor. And in this, I have tried to collate five practices that we can follow at least daily. This will definitely make a huge impact if we start doing it on a personal level. And just to just before we start discussing this, I want to tell you guys that today only I recognize the fact that all the sea areas, right? There are around 47 major cities near the sea are in the danger zone, including Mumbai. Okay, so it is being said that if the climate change is start I mean is being recorded in this like this only, then we might end up losing 33 cities worldwide, including Mumbai, after 15 or 20 years. So that's the guesstimates the experts are doing. So now we need to be very conscious about it. I'll leave it up to you guys to follow these practices or not, but I'm surely starting these practices. I started with some of the practices today onwards. So let me start with that. So the first thing is what we can do is reduce the water wastage. So the two things that I've put here. One is how we can stop the water wastage that we are doing it unconsciously, like during when we do a brushing of our teeth, doing the cloth wash or vessel wash, or during a bath, taking a bath, right? So those kind of thing that is are in our day-to-day life, and it tend to be very unconscious activity nowadays because it basically based on our habits how we do it. So I want you guys to just be conscious about how you do it. And I personally feel that I was using much more water. If I now recognize, based on what I hear, and after I value what is going on in the world, so yeah, that's on the water wastage. The second part is think of an alternatives of how you can do the savings of daily water. Like uh, you might be having a car or bike, you may be doing it daily wash, right? As I was doing for my, so rather you can do it alternate days or maybe once a week. Depends on how you use it or how frequently you use it. Also, you can ask your maid to be conscious about water usage during whatever vessel wash or maybe any other activity, indoor household goes, right? Also, we can do rainwater harvesting on maybe if someone who has their own private villa or a bungalow, they can do a rainwater harvesting on their own, or maybe on the society level can also be accommodated. So these are something that we can do to save our water daily at least. Now the second one is to limit the use of air condition. So it is being said that air condition by 2050, the 25% of global warming will be due to air condition. So the way we are moving towards the modern era and the way we are using the air condition nowadays, and due to the high temperature, it's common now. So I want you guys to be more conscious. I was not conscious at all, frankly speaking, but now I am also taking a charge to be conscious about it. So use only one AC at a time. So there would be people who have 2 or 3 ACs or more than that installed in their home. So try to accommodate only everyone in one room while you are switching on the AC, rather than keeping on different two rooms at the same time. So try to do that. Think of an alternative for not using AC. Like I used to do it earlier when there was no AC or something like that. So I used to have a wet towel, placed on my stomach in the night so that I sleep well. And literally, it's a personal experience. If you have a fan and you put the wet towel on your stomach and you sleep, you will feel it very cool. So yeah, the other thing is you can use wet tissues, rather you can also use water coolers. They are still very environment friendly compared to the air condition. The third one is the separate out the e-waste and reduce plastic usage. So e-waste, what you can do is you can separate it out. Like batteries are there, mobile, or there's some components of your maybe laptop or mobile or something like that. Maybe a power bank or whatever that has e-wastages. Well, once you decide not to use it, so try to give it away to a debris or a scrap collector, because they are associated with the recycling of these things. So they know the process and they can send it to the recycling of the process. But if you throw away in your garbage, then it might not be picked up for the recycling, and it will be dumped in the dumping ground for years and years, and it might start causing issues. So yeah, just separate it out and give it away to scrap collector or something. So that will also in a way that you will earn something, um, and you will save some money on that, because scrap collector does give some value based on the market price. On reduce the use of plastic. So this is very important, because it's like every year I think more than 300 trillion tons of plastic is being produced, and it is being said that 40% of the plastic till now that has been manufactured is into ocean or somewhere lying on the earth, okay, which is not reused or something, which is in purely a form of garbage dumped. Okay, this is the situation right now. The 40% is a big amount. It would be in a um, billion tons of plastic that we are talking about. So this is a very serious thing. So I would suggest to start using the paper or cloth carry bags. Use paper straws. Use metal water bottle. Don't ask for cutlery while you order food online. Ask for eco-friendly delivery while ordering. So there are options available while you order food from Zomato or Swiggy. There's an option if you want cutlery or not. You can select no for that, and also uh, there are eco-friendly delivery available online for most of the online delivery partners. So do check out those options. Also do some kind of plantation indoor, like some plant in every room, because plants absorb carbon dioxide very easily, and that's the natural way of balancing out the carbon dioxide. Then uh, place you can do small gardening or something like that, if you have space in your balcony, or if you're living on the ground floor, if you have an open area outside, you can plan accordingly. Also you can teach your children about the gardening and all. So this is a very good hobby that keeps your children engaging and uh, focused, and it really helps to create a good start or good hobby if you start teaching them from very beginning, uh, early in the age. uh, Reduce use of mosquito coils and liquid. So according to study, it is being proved that coils and liquid also contributes the carbon emission. And yeah, I mean, there are earlier it was not that easy, but now with the help of studies and some other products available in the market, there are alternatives to it. Like you have creams for anti-mosquito sort of, or you can use camphor also. In camphor also there is a carbon emission, but comparatively it is less, so you can also consider camphor. You can take the camphor and just mash it and put it around the room, and the vapor will make mosquitoes go away. Okay, so those are the alternatives that I could think of, and I placed it. Please let me know if you think of any other alternatives. I'll try to create another part of this video in continuation. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed the video and liked the content at least. So the main thing that I'm trying to put is the content, and if you liked it, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family, and do let me know your feedback and suggestions. I'll try to accommodate in my subsequent videos. Thank you very much.